Hey everybody, Dave Putz from JKP Holdings. We recently had a post regarding what you wish you knew when you got started, which sprung from a couple phone call conversations I had with some newer investors. I wanted to kind of touch upon some of the things that I wish I knew, thinking back the years we've been involved with things. And I found that, there was a lot of things that I know now that I don't think I could have known at all. Deals were different, but deals are very complex. There are still things to today that I don't think we actually know. We still learn from deal to deal. And one of the things we did learn is networking, meeting other investors. It's such a complex business, and so many people know so many different things that it's amazing that someone may know something you don't know, even though they're newer or don't have the experience. So I would definitely chalk up the first one to be networking with other investors. Another fear, I think there was a lot of fears, excuse me, when I got started, because of the uncertainty. When you're not sure about something, you're always afraid to ask questions. When you get more experience, you actually tend to ask more questions because you're not so fear of looking, inexperienced. So I wanted to touch upon some other fears that I had. One of the first fears I had was making an offer. When someone says, send an NDA in and we'll give us our latest offering, that was sometimes a little scary because I wasn't sure if I qualified to bid on things. And then when I submit an offer, what does that mean? Like, am I buying it? What's going to happen next? And those fears kind of went away as I networked and I put more offers in and whatnot. So I would think that fear was a big driving force in everything we did, or I did when I first began, because of my uncertainty. We also had a fear of, the way we dealt with fear was put things in boxes, right? We often say, well, if this deal is in this state, or if this deal does this, we make it feel, we feel better, right? If we buy in this state, what will happen? And putting deals in boxes doesn't always work, right? For multiple reasons. One of the things that came across us is timelines and costs and things like that. If we buy at a certain percentage and this happens, will be great. Timelines and pricing varies from deal to deal on what happens in a deal. If they file bankruptcy, if they do this. So there's no way to predict timelines. And, we've had deals last forever in foreclosure. We've had deals get out of foreclosure quickly for whatever reason. So expectations, even with attorneys, change. What they expect to happen didn't happen. We run in deals where we did a whole collateral check and there was something missing that we didn't realize because of some notary problems. So what we tried not doing is, what we learn now is not to put things in boxes. Using timelines and costs is kind of a generality and see if it will work. And then we put borrowers in boxes too, right? If they do this, we don't know what they're going to do, and I fear that what will happen if they do this is, in the beginning, that was a big fear. Now, we just have to make our best bid and see what really happens at the end of it, because at the end of the day, we don't control anything. We also put ourselves in a spot where we do should-haves. Should-haves is a big issue. Should-have, in our readings, has taught us that what we're saying is, if we had done this, something else would have happened. If I would have started legal faster, they would have called me sooner. Because 3 months later, we start legal and they call us. So we say to ourselves, we should have done something differently. We should have sent a letter. We should have priced it this. We should have done at $59,000 or $159,000 the pricing of the asset. The problem with that is we don't know what would have happened if we did that. So we blame ourselves for past experiences, and our should-haves really are just creating a reality that's not true, right? So be careful putting should haves, putting deals in boxes, and just networking with others. Another quote-unquote fear we had was talking to attorneys and asking questions, going back to what we don't know, right? So when we talk to attorneys, we kind of feel that they know everything, we know nothing. And if we ask a stupid question, what's going to happen? What we found out was that attorneys educate us a lot, and we are very grateful for a lot of our attorneys, because we learn so much through them by asking open-ended questions. We try not to put deals in boxes, closed-in questions, because if we do, they may come up with a solution that we didn't even think about, but if we close it up, we don't gain anything from it. So don't be fearful talking to attorneys. Don't feel fearful talking to servicers or collateral companies or whoever you're speaking to, because what you find out is that they're willing to talk to us. They're willing to educate us. They're willing to teach us something, right? So as I drive through a snowy Jersey day, this just came up a lot, and I wanted to kind of do a kind of a public post live video to talk about some of the things that I wish I knew when I first began. Not to be fearful. Talk to people, network with people, ask questions. Try to avoid boxes and should haves and kicking yourself in the butt, because you never know what would have happened if what you did earlier or do differently, if the same result would actually come out, right? So do yourself a favor. Note investing is complex. Every deal is different. Every outcome is different. Every borrower is different. Don't box it up, and protect yourself. Communicate. Be open to a lot of suggestions. Sometimes a deal is not a deal, but if you strategically put numbers in different orders, it works. And you know, everyone in the space is so helpful. Utilize everyone. Everyone has a different skill set. The space is awesome. So I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully this is helpful information for everyone, and we'll talk soon. Take care.